Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of Just Swallow the Pill. So I have my very special guest this week, Johnny Jones, the foodie, the shit talker, the everything. Johnny, if you are not already, follow Johnny on Instagram at
jjones_510.
Okay, so Johnny, he goes to all of the best restaurants in Phoenix. He has put me on to some restaurants, and he knows his food, and he does talk a lot of shit, so be prepared for that as well. So, and he's funny too. He's very funny.
Y'all gotta stop telling me I'm funny. I'm gonna fool around and try to do a comedy set, and it's gonna bomb.
He's funny.
I don't want y'all to stop. I'm just real. I just speak my mind.
Yeah, he is very real. I do surround myself around very real people. Muse is going to be joining us on one of our episodes. And actually she was last week's episode, okay. I believe. And so she is also one of those people that just kind of tell you how it is, and you're either gonna take it or you're not. But regardless, she's going to tell you.
She definitely will.
So, but with that said, Johnny is joining us today because we are going to talk about confidence and self-esteem. A lot of times after a relationship has ended, we find ourselves questioning who we are, and our confidence has been has taken a hit, and so has our self-esteem. I know mine took a very large hit. I didn't even really have any self-esteem for real after my divorce, and my confidence level was like super low.
Yeah, y'all know my phrase is confidence is everything. CIE. So yeah, I this is perfect for me to be here to talk about this.
CIE, y'all.
CIE. Confidence is everything.
Hashtag CIE.
Yeah. That's my movement.
Yes. So Johnny and I are gonna talk about how does that happen? How do we forget who we are? And why? Why do you think?
I think we forget who we are. It's where it's a double-edged sword. We forget who we are in a relationship because that's when you know you're taking that full dive and that full trust into the relationship. If you're always being guarded, being hesitant, then you're never really fully committed to the relationship. So when we do, you lose yourself in the other person when you're in love with them, as you should, because you should be trusting enough and they should be caring enough with you to let you lose yourself so they can help you mold you, help build you, push you to whatever you want to be. So then you re-find yourself, and now you found yourself with this other person.
Right.
And that's what we all want. Whether we know it or not, that's why we're put here, to connect with somebody else, lose ourselves, and then find ourselves. But we lose ourselves a lot of times, and not with the intention of finding ourselves again. I'm just in love. 'Cause I'm a Pisces, so I'm a lover. So we love. We just want to be in it and want to love everything. And then something happened and you I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't prepared for it. I just wanted it to be love, just rainbows and cotton candy. I want it to be all smooth. So we lose ourselves because we forget that we have to still stay on the journey to find ourselves.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right. No, I agree with that. I think one of the issues too is we lose ourselves in the wrong person.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a part of the process. Like my best friend, rest in peace, my best friend Dewan Bush, he used to say, you live, you love, you get hurt, you learn, and then you do it all over again. That's the process of life.
Right.
So people are so hesitant in, is this the right person? Is that the right person? Nah, forget, I'm gonna just be single. I'm gonna just be with myself, because I don't know if they was cool, but I saw this sign and heard it. I didn't like that. I saw this sign in him and I didn't like that. But it's like, how do you know that was a stop sign or a yield sign? It could have just been a yellow light, and most of us, you're gonna go through the yellow light and you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I do go through yellow lights.
Hey.
And I do be okay.
you be okay. But if you go through and it's the wrong yellow light and it yellow red, and then you get that flash of the camera, I don't know if they got that everywhere, but you get that and you like, damn, they done caught me. But you learn a lesson in it still, because you still all right.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. And I will have to say, so like, I think one of the things that happened with me is by being married, of course, that is the ultimate commitment. That is the pretty much the end goal that we all want to reach, right?
Yeah.
Or most of us anyway. And so you inadvertently trust this person more than you do yourself. I know for me, I trusted him more than I trusted myself. And this is actually how the verbal abuse and the emotional abuse kicked in, because I trusted him more than I did myself. And so I believed everything he said, even when it was, your laugh is fucking stupid. I thought, oh wow, my laugh is fucking stupid. Like, that's what I thought.
That's crazy.
When he told me I was not sexy,
you believed him.
I was like, damn, I'm not sexy. And this is, of course, because it's your husband, that's the person you trust more than anyone on this earth, probably sometimes more than yourself. And of course, it shouldn't be that way. You should always trust yourself. Mm-hmm. But when especially women though, men, I don't think really have this issue. How is it for men? Like, how does confidence affect you when you're in a relationship? Like, how does that work for men? Like, can a woman do that? Can a woman say to you,
Yeah.
But I think with women, it's other things like, you need a better job, or, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, stuff like that. You need a better job. You need to do this more. You should go to the gym more, or whatever. Like, it's those other things, but it is some of the stuff, like an example. So, my fiance, Nani, one day I was leaving the house and I had on, it was a shirt and something, like, sometimes I just be grabbing a shirt, shorts, hat, and I'm out. And I'm walking out and she was like, you gonna wear that? And I was like,
oh man.
Yeah, what you talking about? Yeah, this is perfectly fine. That ego, yeah, I'm fine. This is good. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, this. And then he's like, okay. And then I'm walking out the door and I was like, let me see. I might have another shirt in there though. And it just hit me. It wasn't a crushing thing, but it's that y'all have that effect when y'all speak to us because we trust y'all opinion.
Right.
So for her to be like, you go, okay, like, don't go out there looking like somebody don't love you.
Right. You need to represent this house.
For real. So that happens, but as far as like the deeper stuff, it doesn't hit us as hard because of the way that we're taught though as men. You got to be tough. You got to be, strong. You got to be this. So emotions aren't really like, men aren't taught that, not for my generation. But for me, the person I am, the Pisces I am, I've always worn my heart on my sleeve. So stuff affects me different. My mom say I'm sensitive. I say I'm passionate.
Right.
So.
Right. There's a difference.
It's a difference, but it does affect us. We just don't show it as much as women.
Right. And I think too, now I'm not saying some men aren't out here getting emotionally abused. I'm sure there is some man somewhere and his woman is making him feel like he ain't shit.
Yeah.
He ain't shit man.
Yeah.
And so, I'm sure that does happen. And I will say for me, it was difficult to remember who I was. And I think once you are out of the situation, that's when you, I think, start to remember who you are. And remembering who you are, I think for me, when I started to remember who I was as a woman, I was also growing at the same time. So it was a very confusing time for me.
Okay.
Because here I am trying to work towards being this woman, but at the same time, I'm trying to remember who I even was in the first place.
Yeah, I see that.
And so And it was even like trying to pick and choose, what can I take with me? And what do I have to leave behind? Because some things that you remember about you have to leave behind. You can't take it with you. Just like you can't take everybody with you on your journey. You can't take every piece of yourself with you, because you have to grow. You have to get out of that. Those mentalities, those habits, those things like that. And so it was a very emotional time.
Yeah, I can see that. Because just you describing that, like, it's verbally putting out there what people are thinking and going through. Like, I'm growing because I gotta be, it's natural evolution. I have to grow and be better than who I was yesterday, but I don't really know who I am without this person that I'm disconnected from now. So I need to remember, like, what did I used to do that made me feel special, that made me feel pretty, that made me feel handsome, that made me feel confident? What did I used to do? But then it's like, but do I still want to do that, or do I still need to do those things? Can I do something better than that?
Right.
Yeah. Or will those things even work now? So yeah, that's a lot of work to have to put in once you have forgotten who you are or got yourself so wrapped up in a relationship. And now you're trying to figure it out. And I've seen it, like, we see more examples on TV of men getting their heart broke by a woman, and then you see him just lost in the house crying, just no haircut, no, he ain't changed clothes, he damn near about to lose his job. We see it on TV more, but that stuff happens in real life.
Right.
Because men will, if a man is fully invested in a woman, when that heartbreak hit,
is a whole,
oh my gosh. It literally changes a man's life with the first time he gets his heart broken by a woman.
Right. No, and as I've told you guys before, I coach people through their breakups. And I've actually had the opportunity to coach 2 men.
Okay.
And
how'd that go?
That heartbreak,
it's real.
It makes it, my heart hurts for them.
It's real.
It's different from a woman. It's different when I coach my women through. Also, men too, they don't listen.
What?
Men don't.
We are amazing listeners.
Let me tell you why. When men go through this heartbreak period,
okay,
and you try to tell them, okay, here's the steps, because men, the denial hits the men differently.
It does.
So women will be in denial, but our pride kicks in.
Okay.
And that, fuck all that.
Okay.
And we may be in denial, like we may still, but it's silent.
Okay. Men,
when they get stuck in denial, they still be trying to reach out. They still be trying to call to her. They still be trying to get over there. They be trying to get her to change her mind.
I've seen that.
They still keep the Instagram pictures up. They still be following.
I've seen that.
Listen.
Yeah.
You have to take the necessary steps.
You have to. You got to go all the way through the process.
Right.
You have to. Once you know it's over for sure, let it go. You have to, as men, we have to let it go.
Right. But so men, I don't think y'all really know when it's over for sure.
I think it's different for different men, because for me, the first time, like, I've never done the back and forth relationship thing. So I've never done makeup and breakup. Once we break up, that's it. Like, we chose this. You said what you said. I said what I said. That's it. So now.
So you've never had any regrets? Like, damn. Maybe.
No, I mean, I can't say never. But I own it. Like, I hold myself very accountable. So I own my mistakes. I own my mess ups or whatever. I'm one of them people, like, I tell people, like, if I'm burning a bridge, like, I'll stand on the bridge and go down with it to let people know how serious I am.
Damn.
Because I'll make another way. I'll take the long way around. I'll do it. I'll build another bridge to get across on another area. I'm built for that, like, so but I will, once we break up, that's it. I've never done the back and forth. That's it for me. So now, because now I know you're growing in a new direction, I'm growing in a new direction. So we'll never be what we were. And that's the reason why people try to get back. So let's just get back together and be the old thing and bring that old thing back. It never happens, because now she's growing another way, he's growing another way. So y'all will never be that. So y'all gonna bump heads on something new. And then the old unresolved stuff is gonna come up. So y'all got problems on top of problems. That's why I think when people break up, I advocate when you broke up, that's it. Don't go back. Do not go back. In a boyfriend girlfriend thing, divorces that may be different, or marriages if y'all split time, I think that'll be different. But or if y'all separate, I think that'll be different. But as relationships, if y'all break up, don't go back. That's my suggestion because you're gonna end up breaking up again.
You know, so I feel that way about divorce. Once you divorced,
Never.
child, no.
I can see that though, because my sister, I was just having a conversation with her when I was up in Oakland. She's like, divorce is like death.
Right.
So people go through depression.
Right. You go through the 7 stages of grief. If you missed that episode, because I do have a whole episode about that.
That was a good
If you missed that, go back and watch that. I've had a couple of people reach out and let me know that they disagreed with that. But what I have to say as far as that goes, if you haven't experienced it, you really should not be kind of speaking on it.
Facts.
So.
Yeah, but yeah, she was saying that divorce is like a death, so you go through depression, and yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we are going to wrap this up, part 1 of Confidence, CIE.
Hey.
All right, now if you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you would like to share your story about confidence with me, or having issues with self-esteem, or you want to just share your overall story with me, or if you would like a little bit of guidance after your breakup, go ahead and email me at thedifficultpill@gmail.com. And as always, don't forget that your crown is not on your head, it is in your soul. Join us next week for part 2 of Confidence, and we will see you guys next week.